Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Coaching Corner for this week. It has been a while since I have done those episodes. I have been focusing on astrology so far this year in 2026 because there has been so much going on. And I have had some health issues, so I have had to manage my energy levels and things happening at home. So as usual, this is what I preach. I am not pushing myself, so I am coming back when I can, and I thank you for your patience. So I am very aware to offer you some other content outside of astrology, and I appreciate all of you that still listen, even if maybe astrology isn't exactly, your zone of comfort, or you don't understand a lot of it. That's okay. So hopefully today's episode will resonate with you. So I've called it Stepping Off the Treadmill of Life, and I want to take these 10 minutes to open this window with you, to pause and to bring this concept here, which I know for some of us is just like so out there because we live lives that are so full on, and so does everybody else. And I think we really believe we don't have another choice. And the goal today is to make you realize that what if there was another way? And what if you stepped off the treadmill of life? So I don't know how your life looks like right now. Does it look like a treadmill? Does it feel like a treadmill? And by that I mean it's relentless. It's endless and it's going fast, and you don't feel like you ever catch a break. One thing leads to another, to another, to another. It's like dominoes, This a constant cascade, and your life is about making it through this and just keeping yourself alive and other people in the process, and just going around like that every week, every month, and do another year. So maybe I've described you, and I feel like this is true for most people in kind of, that stage of life until we start slowing down and retiring. We are in that space, and I think the society, the culture, the trends that we have around us, really push us on that front, especially having technology. And so we have this urgency culture where everything is due like now. If someone texts you, you have to respond. You feel that pressure on the spot. If your boss asks you to do something, you have to do it now. It's that always constant delivery mode. And then there's the hustle culture, which is go, 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 do more, be more, have more. Right, so I think that treadmill is perfectly set up in the world that we live in. It's not something we build with, but our environment, all of that is shaping our lives to be that way. And so we're on a treadmill, everyone is on a treadmill, and we try to find a way to cope with the treadmill. At times we're like, when we finally off it on holidays, we go hard on the other side of relaxation and indulgence because we're like, oh my God, I absolutely need this so badly and I've deserved it. And we just go 100% the other way, right? What happens also is when we're on that treadmill and we continue being on the treadmill, there is a cost to us. And it's quite invisible because we feel like, well, so does everyone. And we don't feel like we have a choice. So I really want to raise that here because I know a lot of people have been in burnout as well, and it's becoming normal. It's burnout culture, and if you're not burning out at work, you're burning out at home with what's going on there. And we know how complex it is to raise children in the current world, with all the issues and the environment that they're growing into, right? So it's not easy anywhere. So why am I saying all of this? Because you're like, yeah, I know. So where is my outing? The thing is that I want to bring here is you have a choice. You might be able to get off the treadmill. And what happens is when you're on that treadmill and when things are not working for you, it's costing you. It's costing your relationships around you. And you are not seeing the exit because you cannot from the treadmill. It's that saying that you can't solve a problem from the place that created it. And so I am offering you a consideration here. Could you step off your treadmill? So that's what I've been doing. I have stepped off my treadmill on the 23rd of January this year. This wasn't an overnight decision. I had it brewing in me for quite some time. I have been rethinking my work-life balance and especially my work life in relation to how I was feeling and my stress levels, because I juggle a part-time job that is actually quite a big, heavy workload and stress level. And I have my business and my clients and running the business in the background all by myself. And I have a daughter and I'm a single mom, so I do invest a lot in parenting and I run the household by myself, right? And I'm not saying all of that to get any pity, right? Because a lot of us are like that. Even if you are in a committed relationship, maybe like you might have the same load as me, okay? That's what I said. A lot of us are on a treadmill. And it was just like too much. And I also knew it wasn't in alignment for me. And I couldn't solve it from the treadmill position. So I thought about my options, and this year I decided to take a sabbatical, a career break, to step off my treadmill. Was it an easy decision? Not at all, right? But it was the right decision. And so the right decision, you will be able to make it and to go through with it in spite of the doubts and the fears, because it feels aligned. So I really felt that I needed to buy myself a break. I realized it was an option. Was it an easy option? Was it a good, financially sound option? It is sound, but obviously it's costing me in income. Like, I'm not going to lie, right? And so you have to think of your values and what comes first. And for me, a very long time, that income was right at the top. And then not anymore. In the last year, I really found that income is one thing, but if I can sacrifice some income while still being okay, like, what else would I want to do? And I realized taking a career break was what was needed for me. And I cannot tell you how many people have then since come to me and saying, oh my God, that is such a smart decision. Congratulations. And I wish I could do the same. And I feel like I have inspired so many people, and I really didn't expect that. So that's why I'm sharing that here. And I want to give you permission to step off that treadmill, to stop, because you won't see that out there. No one is doing that. And when I stepped off and I said, I am going to change my priorities for the next 6 months. And I told my job, which I appreciated the support, and I've been there a long time. So I felt like, I've given a lot. It's time for payback, right? And I said, I need to focus on restoring myself, my sense of balance. And I also want to focus on my daughter who started high school. I knew this was a big transition and I wanted to be present for her. And I anticipated, how rocky it could be. And I just knew if I just upped the ante from the treadmill that I was in, it just would not work. So I built that break. I built that bridge. I thought about it. I had to fight my own demons around the financial safety side of it, because I'm heavily conditioned to having regular income in order to feel stable. But I worked through that. I released this, on an emotional level. And then I felt free. And that decision felt clean. And the closer and closer I got to it, the truer and truer it felt to me. And I was like so glad when it happened, because I felt like I had listened to myself and I honored myself and I did what was true for me. It doesn't have to be true for other people. And I cannot tell you the mental space this has given me, like the spaciousness, I would say, It feels like a luxury, but it shouldn't be, right? Because I think our lives are so crammed. Our mental minds are so full, and our nervous system are just so like go, activated, wired all the time, that we just don't have extra capacity. We can't deal with like things that are popping up that require us to be available, to be present. And so I wanted to leave that episode here to not say to everyone, you should all go on breaks. And I understand not everyone can afford this or can do that. But a lot of you can, and you may not realize it. And that is my point here today. Do you have some leave that you can take? Do you have long service leave? Are you able to step off for a few months? Maybe stopping being paid for a few months? Can you maybe scale back your hours for a little while? It doesn't have to be a full stepping off the treadmill, maybe just partial. Because I want to say that you deserve this, and if you feel that you need it, you do. You will know in yourself. And so I want you to think about working through all the fears and the guilt that comes through with that and clean that up. And I am here. I can help you as a coach. We can get this done in one session. You can come and bring me the situation today, and I can guide you and I can help you to make the decision and see what will work for you. Okay? Because then you're on the other side. You buy yourself space, and that mental space is absolute gold, because then everything starts coming back to yourself and all the things that were put to the side in order for the treadmill to function. And that is so important in life. I cannot emphasize this enough with all the technology that we have, and it's going to accelerate with AI and with Uranus moving in Gemini from May this year. Like, our lives are going to become more and more mental, if you like, not in a negative way, but they're going to happen on that plane, because we'll be able to do more things and faster and travel more and all those things in the future. It's exciting. But this raises the question of, where do you find the space to think, to change things if you do need, or to rest? I think those are questions that are going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. So today I want to ask you, how much are you holding? Are you on a treadmill? How long have you been on the treadmill? Is it time for you to step off? Are you ready to think about that? Are you ready to look at options? You don't have to decide right now. But start considering, and you can do the opposite of what everybody else is doing and detach from that. Yes, everyone is going to work, yes. But you are the only one living your life, and nobody else is going to do it for you, and it is your job and your decision to make. So I just want to really leave that here for you to think and ponder. Maybe life has thrown you some circumstances where you are on a break yourself. Maybe you're in between jobs, or you've moved countries or cities. And that is always an important time. But maybe you can create your own break. And this is a great year, with the fire horse energy, to get clear on what you need and to make some long-term changes that will benefit you. So I hope this has inspired you, because really I cannot tell you how beneficial, even if nothing comes of it. The fact that I gave myself a break, and by the way, I'm still taking clients. I took a break from my job, which was a big source of task and energy for me, and stress as well. But I'm like, thank goodness, I can be so present with my daughter. It's life-changing for me. So I realized no one is going to give you that advice. Everyone is going to keep telling you to push, and everyone is going to keep demanding of you. I'm not. I'm the opposite. I'm the voice saying, you are allowed to stop. You're allowed to have a break and you're allowed to prioritize yourself. So let that sit with you. Think about what you need this year and reach out if you want any guidance one-on-one. The details are in the show notes. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of the week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye, everyone.